I get to be part of it. Here.
Bring more people in.
You got it?
We need more
Yeah,
people.
I got it. You want to get it too, Ken?
Here, now this, here's another little scoop.
Maddie, come on.
There's for sure.
Yeah, what are they doing?
I'm not sure.
They're kind of dirty, you know, but
They get the little bird manure out.
Doing something crazy.
Jim, I don't think you should worry. I think you should spend your time.
sorry about that. Excuse me, our boss. Okay, this dedication is for my military picture for the roundhouse and man shed. There's a little history to this picture, so I'm going to start kind of from the beginning.
Oh, no, here we go.
It's only going to take a couple seconds.
Alrighty.
But as
You can just skip the 9 months part.
as the youngest brother, my future was cast in stone almost from the day my brother Steve joined the Navy. I was going to be a military guy no matter what. Then came Denny, then came Jim, then came Mark, and then the stories of my dad. There was no way I was ever going to leave eastern Minnesota other than as something to do with the military. I was proud of the fact that, you know, the stories I heard. I wanted to be a part of that. I just wanted to be a part of the military. Let me be a part of this, you know, the bravado and the machismo you guys brought back when I was a little kid. When you sat at the Legion Club in Easton and you told stories about whatever I thought was interesting, I wanted to be a part of that. So I joined the Air Force in 1982, and I didn't want to go to college, but Grandma Pat, I was going to join the Navy. And I was a junior in high school. I had two Navy recruiters come were at my house, and Mom and Dad were at a basketball game watching Mary play basketball. And they come home at about 9:30 at night, and two Navy recruiters were there. And
I kicked them out.
no, Mom chased them out. Mom kicked them out. And Steve's picture was hanging on there, and I said, "That's my brother Steve. He's a lifer." And I remember that recruiter saying, I love that word. God, you're a Navy guy. You use the word lifer. And 10 o'clock that night, Grandma Pat said, she was raising hell, and she said, "I don't give a goddamn, Galen. You are not going to send every one of your boys to the military. You think this is great. I think it sucks. I never get to see my boys anymore." Not one of my boys went to college, and I sat up on the stairway listening down as a 16, 17-year-old boy thinking, and Mom was crying. And she was so mad at Dad because there was a Navy recruiter there, and that which I brought him in, and she said, "Nobody's going to college. Everybody listens to your stupid stories, and they're all in the military now." That's true. And I told myself that night, you know what? I'm going to postpone the military, and I'll go to college for a year, which I did. I was probably on the left side of a C or D. So I didn't really want to go to college.
Is that the good side or the bad side?
I think it's the bad side.
Figure that out.
So I went to college as an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old. And Mom went with me to college my first day there to apply, and she was happy. It was a community college over in Waseca, you know. And she came back, she thought I enlisted in Harvard, you know. I came back, went to a little over a year in college, and I was a 19-year-old man, and I thought, you know what, I'm joining the military. And I joined the military without telling Mom and Dad. And the first person I drove over to after I got my manila envelope and said, "Jim, I joined the Air Force, I'm leaving in 6 months. What do you think?" He said, "All right, you know, good for you." And I went home and told Mom and Dad, and Mom said, "Well, you know, there's nothing I can say now." So that's kind of just a prelude to this. The whole story. I think it's a good story. But anyway, this picture I got here, I came home, I was probably 6 months in the Air Force, and Gwen was a 5th grader at the Catholic school in Easton, and Gwen says, Mom said, "Why don't you go talk to the school in Easton?" And I remember Steve come when I was a 2nd grader, and Steve coming to talk to the Catholic school in Easton, right?
Jerry's class.
And I remember that, and I was so homesick for Steve. When he showed up, I cried and cried and cried. The sisters wouldn't even let me sit in there to see my brother talk because I was crying so bad because there's my brother Steve. So anyway, that's a true story. I had to sit in the principal's office while Steve talked to my classmates. But anyway, that's the truth. So anyway, I went up to, me and Louis Ignashevsky went to the liquor store in Easton, and I had 2 whiskey 7s because I was nervous to talk. And he said, have a couple whiskey 7s and you can talk all day long. And so Louis Ignashevsky and I sat up at the liquor store and had 2 whiskey 7s, and I went up and talked to the sister school, and this was a picture this was a picture of me talking to the school. This was the only picture I had of me with my uniform on.
There you go. Put that thing up there, man.
Off we go.
That's great.
There you go.
So
Yeah!
much smaller than everybody else. I was going to say this was me briefing the Pentagon. I don't want anybody to believe that. But anyway, you know, it's only 4 years of my life, but it was hands down the proudest thing I've ever done in my life. Very good. So,
There you go, buddy. Can do. Very good.
That's all I know is hello roar.
I know.
What's the best part? Drink to the bowl. Drink to the bowl. Where we know that one.
Gene, you have to tell your story.
yeah, Gene don't have his picture up here.
But he's gonna have it.
I don't have a story to tell.
Just lie a little bit, Gene. Embellish.
Dad and I took you out. Dad and I took you out to Sioux Falls to watch those round horses land out there that time. You were telling stories all the way out there and back. You got stories.
Listen up.
He's in the Air Force in World War II. He was done everything except bomb the Japanese.
You should have bombed him.
They couldn't, but he got. He had to build a plane to bomb him.
He
He got everything that fit him.
Yep.
You like that story? That was excellent. I was in the Air Force. I was a mechanic on a B-25 bomber. Well, no, I just built myself. That's it.
He's like, I fixed the planes. There we go.